So as a result, in that 100 megawatt example, when you go to the interconnection queue, you're basically saying, I'm a 100 megawatt load and I'm firm, and 24/7 you need to serve me. So that's different than a stadium where you turn on the lights every time there's a game. So it's extremely variable. But the thing that puts the most stress on the grid is just a firm block power. It's not flexible. You can't change it. Is what it is. As an industry, we've now evolved to concepts of what we call speed to power, which is, what if you go to utility and you say, you know what, that 100 megawatt block of power, it's not always true. I can be at zero for a couple of hours a day. I can actually make my load variable. I can shape and form it however you want me to shape and form it. Well, that basically alleviates a lot of these concerns. But really, the end product you want to have is flexibility on your consumption. You can go down at a speed of light, you can go back up at a speed of light, and you can shape and form your load consumption. So that's the next question. How do you make this load flexible? The solution, the fastest, the cheapest, and many times the cleanest, is to deploy big batteries, stationary storage, lithium-ion solutions, like the ones that Tesla has, like the Megapacks and Fluence has, and there are other companies as well. So once you deploy this energy storage system, and these are on site, not at, if you're in Virginia, you're not doing it in Texas, you're doing it on site. So next to your data center, you have these big batteries, and then you can also pair them with solar to alleviate the lack of energy capacity. And then once you have that battery and it's deployed and the project is up and running and our platform sits on top, every second we control the output of the battery and the solar. It could be other technologies as well, like gas, but solar and storage is the quickest. What we'll do is, on a second by second, when we dispatch these batteries, the utility doesn't see that 100 megawatt load anymore. It sees 0, it sees 5, it sees 6. So you now are a much smaller load. And then plus, your data center operations are seamless. You're still consuming that amount of power, but you're getting it on site. So you would assume the complexity of the algorithms that need to be involved here, not just by controlling these assets, but also sometimes taking that flexibility and monetizing them in electricity markets, which creates even more cost-saving opportunities.